All right, greetings. My name is Dr. Jagede, and I would like to speak briefly on the competency framework. There have been a lot of questions around competency framework. Some have asked, how do we deploy it? How do we design it? Why do we need it? Okay, so just very briefly, because to go into this is going to take me a whole lot of time, but I will try as much as I can to just summarize competency framework. Now, when you design an organization, or when you establish an organization, it is important to bear in mind that organization means organism. Organism. It's a complete system with various components. The component can be units, departments, functions, or divisions. But what we are saying is that it's just like a human being. Look at a human being, for example, now. So when you use human being as an example of an organization, it gives a clarity about what we are talking about. Sometimes we use what we know, what we are familiar with, to describe what we are not familiar with. When we do that, it gives perfect descriptions and experiments about what we are talking about, and then we can have clearer understanding. So look at a human being, for example. The eyes is not a human being. The hands, not a human being. The mouth, not a human being. The ears, not a human being. The legs, the artery, the veins, the intestines are not a human being. Human being is the complete embodiment that is made up of both anatomy, what you can see on the physical, the anatomy, the internal organ, the internal organisms that you cannot see, the internal part of the human body that you cannot see are called anatomy. They're there. You may not see the organ, but it's there. You may not see the liver, it's there. You may not see the kidney, it's there. You don't have to say, look at me, hey, I'm the liver, I'm the kidney. They're there, working. Very, very cool and fine. And then the physiological part too, the one you can see on the outside. So the one you can see on the outside are called physiological. We can see them. Now, how do you know that I am healthy? My health status is conditioned to the functionality of all these parts of the body. And if they're not competent, that is, if they're not functional, if they're not active, if they're not fine, if they're not healthy, it will show that something is wrong with me. How? I will not be able to fulfill longevity. I will not be able to live a healthy life. Why? Because something is wrong with this component of the body, whether anatomy or physiological. So, if, for example, the liver is not active and it's not working at optimum, it will show. If the kidney is not working at optimum, it will show. So the same thing too. If I have issue with my one of my hands, it's going to affect my functionality at adequate level. The same thing if my legs are not actively doing the thing they're supposed to do, it's going to affect my optimum. Now, if you understand concept, it can help you to understand competency. Now, the word competent is from the word competent. I get it. So when I say something is competent, it means it measures the adequacy of expectations. It has the potentials to deliver what you want. It has the capability to do what is intended and meant for. For example, what is the function of the eye? Is to see. So if the eyes cannot see, even though the eye is there, but it cannot see, it's useless. You see, the purpose of having the mouth or the tongue is to be able to taste. If the tasting bud is faulty, it's there, but it's not doing anything. The kidney and the liver, they have a lot of work to do. If they could be there, but if they're down, they're there, but they're not active. They're not competently doing what they're meant to do. And so come back, check a human. Sorry, having seen the human being, come back to an organism. When you design an organization, you expect to function at optimal just the same way. So if I speak to my hand, it should respond to that stimulus. My eyes should respond to the blinking, should see. My ear should perceive. My ear should be able to sense and then pick words. My nose should sense. My mouth should speak. That is when they are functioning at their optimal. The same thing too is system. A human being is an organization, and it has to function at optimum. When it does function at optimum, it delivers expectations of the stakeholders. Investors want more money, they want growth in their businesses. Yes, the company is doing it. Customers want to be happy, they want reliability, they want on-time services or products, and you are able to deliver it. It means something is working, and the employees want to be happy, get well paid, promoted. It means you are doing something right. It means government is able to get taxes from you, and then you are able to fulfill your regulatory compliance. It means you are doing something right. Community can feel you. It means you are doing something. But When the system is not able to deliver at this optimum, when the organization is not able to support and supply these deliverables at the optimum and the quantum needed to make the corporate entity, corporate human being now, to function as it is, the eyes can see, the mouth can speak, the ears can perceive, the legs can walk, the liver is broken down, then something is wrong. And so what goes wrong is that there are problems that should be checked whether the people who represent part of the component of the human being, corporate being, have what it takes to deliver the expectations. And if they don't have, then you go back and check some parameters. And one of those parameters is the ability to function at the optimum, called competency. And then to design that for that model, that that platform is called framework. It's called framework because it provides guidelines. It allows and outlines systemic processes to follow. So in competency framework, we mean as a system, as an organization, that we are into XYZ activities. We have components. Don't forget, components represent these organs and components and human beings. So, and all this part of the body. So all these components are supposed to deliver at optimum. So you have departments, you have functions, you have jobs. Do not forget that it's a system. It's called work. The entire thing is called work. When you fragment them and you divide it into components, you have jobs and you have the accounting job. So that's why you create what's called job analysis manual, JAM. The JAM is the chronicle of all the jobs that exist, like all the components of the body and what they're supposed to do. Eyes is to see, mouth is to speak, tongue is to taste, ear is to. So the same way you list all the components of the organization called the jobs. The word under HR, you list all the jobs in HR. Maybe, for example, you have 5. You have HRO, you have head of HR, you have compensation and benefits, you have L&D, you have reward. So you list, when you list them, then what are the things they're supposed to do? The thing they're supposed to do, are you getting me? Require that they're supposed to have as adequate. When you measure, sometimes you go, you check your BP, you say, okay, your BP is normal. The same thing, what are the normalcy the jobs entails? That is where you have the competency framework. And you look at the individual jobs and say, okay, what are the things? Generally, you could look at them about the 4 areas. Technical skills, the core area of the job. What is the job of an accountant? What is the job of a salesman? The real job. The purpose why is he employed. You check. And then you look at the behavioral characters, behaviors, personalities, attitudes, habits. What are the things he's supposed to demonstrate to be able to make him exhibit the technical abilities? You look at what leadership, for example, if he's a leader, you go to supervise people, 10, 5, 50 people. What are the leadership characteristics he must possess to be able to lead and supervise and manage team of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? You outline them. And then you look at what technology. Today, technology is standing on its own. Data management, analytics, robotics, AI that applies to its job. Data analytics for HR, for accountant, for salesperson, for each person. So you outline them. When you outline them, these are called competencies. I get me. And so these skills or elements under competencies, they are connected to one. They are connected to talent management. Our ability to attract people, retain people, optimize people, recognize people, reward people, transfer these skills is embedded in this competence. So when people are coming, they know that, oh, I am coming as an accountant. Oh, what does this thing state that an accountant must have? Oh, it must have this and that and this and this. And then you compare. Do you have what you are looking for so that we can function at optimal? That's what it's trying to achieve. And then you look at it, it helps to achieve performance management. The entire gamut of competency framework is to bring this entire system together, all the departments, all the jobs, so that they can richly achieve the corporate goals and objectives. And then is to reward. How do we reward parity? How do we reward equitably? It's because we are able to understand the roles and the functions and the evaluations and the rank of each person's job. Then we reward them according to what? The deliverables, the outcomes, and the value. And then you have for corporate